Alright, this is by far my favorite journal I've ever made. So I actually took the book itself, it's hardcover, and then I cut it and then made the two together. There's a lot to see here. So first off, there's some papers. And then that's actually one, I think I have it listed on my site. If I don't, I need to put it up there. It's a tag that I created. You can print it. It's just an old piece of paper that I had. And then this is just the nameplate. This is authentic. And I just love, this is my favorite book to junk journal with. But they're few and far between. I did look up the other day. I was at an antique store though, so I did pay, I'm gonna say I paid like $15 for it. Never actually found one at a thrift store. So if you guys see it, get it. I'll buy it. Alright, this just tucks back in here. And then there's a vintage button and some fabric. So let's open her up. So this is something I also made. So watch how adorable this is. So this is from the, I think it's from the 30s or the 40s, if I'm not mistaken. Singer sewing machines, and it was overseas. Anyway, they come up with this, and you cut it out, and then she'll stand up. It's a paper doll set, and then you can dress her with the clothes. And there's a couple different outfits. I thought it was absolutely adorable. We'll set this to the side. And then this is our first page, and there's a pocket, and this is actually a pocket too. And there's also another pocket here. It just has some ephemera in it. And there's some trim. The book page. Pocket. It's got another butterfly with some fabric. How cute is that? Just, there's a receipt. And this is a pocket. And this flips open, and this is a pocket. And then these are places to journal. These are just more things, places to journal. You guys can move it around any way you want. I just go through and try to make it look aesthetically pleasing. So then there's this back page, and there's a pocket here. There's a scrap page and a pocket. Vintage fabrics. I just love the illustrations in this book. Love, love, love. And that's a pocket. And this is actually a vintage botanical illustration book. And this pocket. This is just a tag with some vintage illustration. Vintage telegram. It's been printed. And that opens up. is a children's vintage book page. Blind Man's Buff. Yeah, remember that? We played that as a kid. And there's some in this. Copy of a marriage certificate, which I love. That one. Place to write. This is authentic vintage music paper and some ribbon that I did a ruffle trim with. And then this is a vintage playing card. I just backed it so you could write on it. Copy of the receipt. This is a calendar. It's from the 30s. And then some collage. This is available in my shop, in my website too. It's collage paper. If you guys haven't checked out my site yet, it's thefunhome.net. Journal card, that's a pocket. Some more of that journal, that collage journaling paper. This was a score the other day. I found a 1950s workbook for children, and I love it. The illustrations are great. This is some vintage journal paper. This is from a vintage plant illustration book. It's scrapbook paper, and it has a pocket. This is just a little tag that I stamped on. And that's a pocket, and that's a pocket. And this is some vintage atlas. And this is a book I love. It's a book of New Orleans houses, because I don't know if you guys know, but I'm from New Orleans. Well, I live just outside of it, but I always grew up actually in the city itself. And then this is a tag that I made with a vintage illustration. And this is from a vintage children's book. I loved it. It's so gardening, and I think that was just extra. Oh, that's what it is. I was putting this on there and never got around to it, so I'll attach that. And that's a pocket. And this is a pocket, and this is a pocket. This is actually, the name of this says my favorite book, and I love it. It's one of my favorite books. This is a pocket with a vintage illustration. This is also a vintage book page. This is a printout from a vintage songbook, so you can write on the back. And that's a pocket. This is just a heavily coffee-stained piece of paper. This is some vintage, just like floral paper for florists, where you wrap the plants and things in, and I backed it and made a pocket out of it. Blank sheet with some vintage trim. Another pocket. I put it on vellum from a vintage illustrations book. Another one of those beautiful illustrations from the book. It's just something about this era and illustrations I absolutely love. Just got a little bit of tape. This is the Auto Bridge from the 1940s. It's authentic. Some trim lined it. And the person's name, they signed it in a pocket. This was just from a vintage book I had. I love the illustration. A place to write. Alright, so that's just the tag. Pocket. That's just a piece of paper that you can use there or somewhere else. And then inside of here is a bunch of old ephemera. All authentic. And then the back has a pocket with vintage fabric. I just got that the other day. Had to use it. I thought it went with the green. Alright. this side, I made this tag, and it has a pocket, a little fabric tab, and this is from 1947, and the envelope is authentic, and here's letters. This is a printout from March of 1944. And I have managed to lose my paper clip. Okay. And then here's some receipts that you can use here to write on or put somewhere else. And then this is from, I know it doesn't say it on here, but this is actually from the 1950s. I got a lot of letters and envelopes and stuff, and they cut these in half and use them in the envelopes, and so the bottoms of them sometimes will say the dates, but this was for a fall conference that they had, and I just thought it was neat. This is pocket, and I just put washi to kind of reinforce it. This is from the 40s, so it's getting there. This is a fabric ribbon that I made a trim with. Book page. It's a vintage book page. This is all vintage fabric. This is scrapbook paper. More of the illustrations. The back part of that vellum. Scrapbook page with a pocket. And then this is a vintage fabrics. And these are just little tags. You can take them off or leave them here and journal on the backs. They're just secured right here. This is from a vintage book, and on a vintage book page it's a pocket with some fabric trim. Another pocket. This is a little flash card made into a pocket. And this is actually from an old cookbook, and I attached it in some fabric. And then this is just a book page that I loved. And then you can journal on the back of that card. And this was from a book as well, John Appleseed. There's another flash card. And then there's a pocket. This is some vintage wallpaper and an old atlas. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, it is. But this is a pocket as well. And that is some more of that vintage fabric trim. Look at these illustrations. I just love it. I just put washi tape here, just in there, just to sort of add to it. Box. Some more trim. That beautiful book that I found. This is available on my website, which is thefunhome.net. It's collage papers that I have. I really need you guys to tell me. I try to sell some of the kits, as multiple pages, but really and truly I try to sell single pages also, so that you're not stuck spending $7, $8. If there's something that you like, you can get it for $1, $2 or so. So these are pockets as well. But if you would prefer like a big giant bundle, I can do that as well. Some people also don't have the knowledge of how to take a zip file and unzip it. So I just try to get everybody. This is a vintage music sheet that she fly, don't bother me. And I just love this little fabric here. It's so colorful. And this is a kid's book page. This is some moleskin paper. Yes. It's a Mexican theme, but you could cut it up, use it however you like. There's plenty of places to journal, and also a little small pocket. Same on this side. This is again from that It's called My Favorite Book. Just the book page. And then this is authentic from 1984. It's a envelope. This is another book page. Beautiful illustration. A pocket. No calendar. The retail of a telegram. I just love all the bright colors of this. I think that's why I'm so drawn to this. And there's a pocket. That's the pocket. Yankee journal here. This was the other end of the page. I just put some washi to hold it down, and then you can write here. And this is a pocket. And this, I'm pretty sure it's on the my website too. I made these that say "This belongs to." There's a book. Look how adorable. The end. And this is some vintage atlas paper. And this is the back cover. I did use this industrial tape to reinforce the spine. And then this is some cloth washes that I just edged along the sides with. Thank you guys for watching. Please make sure you subscribe.